Whoa, we have a good one here for you because this is a coin that is worth a good stack of cash without even trying. Two examples were discovered in change in the last 7 days, one of which is a close friend of mine. But I wanted to talk about a coin that you could find and then quickly flip, make money, and just kind of like wipe your hands clean. Like, hey, that was the easiest $80 to $100 I've ever made in my life. It's out there. Two examples found in change. Okay, a close friend of mine, Robert, found one when he went to the coffee shop, out of all places. And I keep telling him, man, you got to stop going to a coffee shop. He goes there like 3 times a day, you know, and he said, well, I got to get my daily dose of caffeine. I'm like, okay, you know, who am I to say or tell how to spend your money? But in this case, it paid off in a huge way. So we're going to talk about the coin in question, okay, and why it is valuable, how to sell it, all right? This is a no fuss, no bull kind of episode, all right? You don't have to grade anything. Don't spend money on grading fees if you can find coins like this that you can just easily monetize on eBay or at a coin shop if you wanted to, you know, get raked over the coals because they don't pay anything. But before we get started, of course, I got to throw in my YouTube little kind of fine print in there. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to BlueRidgeSilverhound. We talk about coins 24/7. I don't talk a whole lot about anything else because this is important. Okay, this is some really good information, and I'm glad to pay it forward. You know, hit the bell for instant notifications. You got your little Sherlock Holmes little icon on screen. Actually, it's a bell with a finger, but it looks like Sherlock Holmes or a really, really suave detective. But anyways, enough of the ranting and raving. Let's get into it. So the coin in question is, it's the 1931S Lincoln wheat cent. I had to think about it for a second. I didn't know what kind of reverse it had because I'm so used to seeing these shields out there. 1931S Lincoln penny. All right, my friend Robert found one of these. In what would be a condition that's around VFXF. He did not send me an image. I was waiting for it. I was kind of like, hey, man, you got to send me this thing so I can see it. And he had sent it to me after the video was already done. I'm like, oh, okay, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it. Go ahead and put it on. I have a stock photo that I'm using, courtesy of Great Collections. So many thanks to them. In this particular instance, the 1931S, I know what you guys are going to say, man, this thing's low mintage, blah, 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 this and that. Well, 2 examples were found. One, close friend. Another one on the social media sites, Facebook, I believe. And it's incredible. All right. My friend is going to sell it. He's not a big coin guy. But he always socks away some of the neat and interesting coins. And he said, well, I come across the occasional wheat cent in change. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, they're out there. Out of a $25 box, traditionally you will come across maybe 8 to 12 wheat cents on average. Okay, we're playing the averages here. Sometimes it'll be a little bit less. Sometimes it'll be a lot more. Really depends on how lucky you get. But it's not really about luck. It's frequency. The more coins you go through, the more apt and likely that you're going to find some ridiculous stuff. So get off your high horse and buy yourself a $25 box of pennies from the bank. So take a look at this graphic that we have on screen. Okay, this is a graphic that I like to throw up every so often when I'm talking about Lincoln pennies. Okay, somewhere along the line, maybe, just maybe, if you guys are being nice about it, I will talk about mint state grades. Okay, so we have brown, and full red, which is like newly minted. So it might come up in the conversation when we're talking about like valuation and that sort of thing. But the big idea with this particular coin is that it's a coin that you could just, you obtain it, you find it in your hand, and then you turn around and sell it. There is an incredible distinction about how much you can make off of this coin if you sold it yourself. You know, much like trying to sell a car that you don't need anymore. I mean, are you going to make more money trading it into CarMax, or could you make more money selling it private party? Okay, that's what it really comes down to. But this is a coin that sells easily on the secondary market without even grading. So I have some fun facts that I wanted to share with you regarding this coin. Okay, some of you are like, well, it's a low mintage coin. Well, yeah, you know, a lot of the rarest coins are low mintage. This is a low mintage coin, but it is not rare, in the case that some of these are still out in circulation. It's just going to take a little bit of time and energy to put into it, plus the multitude of other coins you can find. So there was 866,000 pieces produced. It's the second lowest mintage in the entire Lincoln Wheat Cent series, let alone the entire Lincoln Penny series on its face. So yeah, no playing around. I mean, this is a low mintage coin. I mean, if you're going to go big, you know, you might as well go big or go home when it comes to coin roll hunting or searching through your change. You know, ideally, we don't want to keep and continue to find coins that are worth a quarter or 50 cents. This is obviously a chase piece in the grand scheme of various other chase pieces in the Lincoln Penny series. Like I had mentioned before, it's easy to sell raw. Why pay a third-party grading company like PCGS or NGC or even Annex, you know, the fees that's associated with trying to get this thing encapsulated in some sort of plastic tomb? It's just not necessary. It's a coin that sells on its own, and it speaks volumes to just the uncommonness of the coin. Okay, this is what they would classify as a semi-key dated coin. Okay, it's not super uber duper rare, you know, like some of the early gold pieces, the Brasher doubloons, and the, you know, some of those coiled hair Stella $4 gold pieces. No, sir and ladies. This is a coin that is still available with enough searching. The coin is most commonly found in VFXF, okay, and there's a theory to this. This is a relatively high grade for a coin that is 80 years old, in that at the time people knew that this coin was pretty uncommon, okay. It's kind of like the 1950D Jefferson nickel or the 1938D Buffalo nickel. There's a reason why that the survival rate of these coins are and do exist in high grades. Okay, they were pulled out of circulation the moment that they were released from the Federal Reserve Bank. So the 1931S certainly fits that profile of a coin that was hoarded when it was newer. Okay, and that'll certainly reflect the values of the coin, which you'll see here momentarily. But the coins themselves, okay, I have valuations here. So you'll be hard-pressed to find any of these coins, and very good to find. Okay, this is a relatively low grade for this type of coin that was commonly hoarded during its day. But you can still fetch between $45 and $55 on the open market for such a coin. All right, which is good news. That's still a nice little chunk of money. That's a tank of gas for someone driving a medium-sized SUV today. The common grade, very fine to extremely fine, or XF, you would sell this coin somewhere in the $60 to $100 range. Okay, now $60, there might be a few problems with it. Problem coins still sell. All right, let's say you have a coin, a 31S has a scratch. It'll still sell. You know, if it's a VF with a scratch, it'll still sell for about $50 to $60 because it is a place marker coin in an album. All right, it's a coin that generally some people cannot afford because of its price point. Where it begins to get a little bit of value is in the about uncirculated AU condition, in which I have $90 to $110. All right, and the reason why I'm doing ranges for the prices is that I've scoured eBay and the internet for the most recent of sales. Okay, we're not going off of some price guide schematic or PCGS price guide because it's not graded. We're talking about what does this coin sell today. All right, and this is why I have a $10 to $20 price gap for the range. In mid-state condition, you have coins that are traditionally worth somewhere in the $125 to $500 range. Now, some people are going to ask, what exactly comprises the $500 plus price range? Do you remember that little graphic I put up at the beginning of the video regarding the mint state colors and grading? Coins that traditionally grade out full red will sell in that 500 and up range. Okay, they can go a lot higher. Now, it's a coin that's not graded, not cleaned, not anything. It's just in its own preserved state of brilliant uncirculatedness. Sorry, that was a made-up word, but that's a coin right there, guys, that sells for quite a bit of money. All right, not nearly as much as other coins of its same type, because these again were widely pulled out of change when it was released. And finally, I wanted to talk about and show you guys some realized sales from the last 24 hours, and we have 5 coins here plucked straight from eBay. So we got screenshot sales, as you can see. They're pulling in somewhere in the $70 to $90 range. There is one exception coin that sold in excess of $100, which was described as a BU coin, or a mid-state coin. That one is raw, ungraded. Again, that falls well in line with the $125 to $500 range for the coin. So before, hopefully if you guys are still on, okay, before you even kick off, okay, keep in mind that yes, this is a tougher dated coin to find. 2 examples were found 3 days apart this week, and one which is a close friend. I'm going to try and see if I can buy the coin off of him, and then he'll make a quick little $80. So I'm telling you, every time you find one, it's like bam, $80, $100, $60. I mean, this is real money, okay? Quick little, hits like this are appreciative, all right? We're not talking tens of thousands of dollars like on some other videos. This one right here, it's a real coin that you could sell right now in its own condition, its own state. So I want to thank you guys for joining in on this one. Sorry, it was a little long-winded, but a lot of information to go through. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for instant notifications. Love you guys. Thank you for all the views and support. We're doing all this for one reason, and that's to find the cherry on top of that, proverbial coin roll hunting Sunday. So I want to thank you guys for joining in. You guys take care. Keep hunting. Enjoy the hobby.